Let me multicast. So at 4 p.m. session, we will have Conquering the Middle East. So what has eromman have in store for you? What kind of campaigns? Cross-border. Let me try to dial into Hussein and see whether Hussein can share his screen.
Hi, this is Hussein from eromman Marketplace. I'm here today to present to you about our marketplace and exporting to the Middle East. I hope everyone can hear me. Can you hear me, guys? Excellent. Then I will just continue based on that feedback. What we are trying to do today is trying to solve for you the problem. Okay. As you can see, Middle East market is a very rich market, and it is full of a lot of potential customers. But unfortunately, most of the online sellers in Southeast Asia and especially Malaysia, it is difficult for them to go to the Middle East. Neither the language will help, and neither it is a very close market. It's a very long, it's a faraway market, and there are a lot of issues when you go to the Middle East. You have firstly language issues, you have local currencies issues, you have addressing issues, and you have marketing issues. All these barriers always prevent our SMEs in Malaysia and Southeast Asia to go to the Middle East. And we are here today actually to help you to come over these barriers, especially during this pandemic. Carol, can you change the slide, please? So in this presentation, I will explain to you about the market. Then I will tell you more about our eromman marketplace and how you can join the marketplace. Next slide, please. Firstly, the Middle East market is a huge region. It's about 600 million people, just as big in terms of number of population as Southeast Asia. Also the difference between the Middle East and Southeast Asia, you have rich countries like Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Oman, and Bahrain and Kuwait. These countries are with large income. For example, Qatar, individual income per month is over than $100,000. And Saudi Arabia, you have a population there over than 35 million with an average income of 40 to 45,000 US dollars per annum. So these are large spenders, and definitely our online sellers and our SMEs should not ignore. Next slide, Carol. Of course, there are over than 20 countries in the Middle East, and we are not targeting the whole 20 countries at the beginning. We are in fact targeting actually 3 to 4 countries, that is Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and UAE. And the reason why is that because of the size of the population in these countries. Also, there are other factors. Next slide, Carol, please. Also, you have internet penetration. There is a good internet penetration in Egypt. You have over than 31 million people with good internet. Saudi Arabia, over than 20 million people. And also UAE, close to 10 million people with good internet penetration. And that's why we are focusing on these countries. Moreover than internet penetration is mobile phone penetration. Carol, can you move to the next slide, please? You have, and the number of online buyers actually. You have a huge number of online buyers in Egypt. A lot of online, about 17 million in Egypt and 12 million in Saudi Arabia. And UAE, you have 7 million online buyers. Next slide. And if you look here at the mobile phone penetration, you have in the Middle East also a high for these countries that we are targeting at the beginning of our startup. UAE, you have 80% of the population have mobile phones. Saudi Arabia, you have 65% using mobile phones, and Egypt, you have about 30% using mobile phones. Next slide. Actually, here are also some of the trends that we can show you in the Middle East. You have firstly mobile phones and gadgets. They have actually huge demand in the Middle East, and you also have fashion, electronics, cosmetics, health and beauty, and definitely gadgets, mobile, IT gadgets and mobile phone gadgets. Next slide, Carol, please. Because the Middle East market is still at the beginning stage of the e-commerce method, widely used in the Middle East is delivery. We are one of the few cross-border marketplaces that using providing COD for our online sellers to sell to the Middle East, and this will increase their attraction and the number of converted orders to their online stores in eromman. Next slide, please.
Hold on.
Actually, this is
Which one? This one? Okay.
No, next slide, please.
Okay.
Okay, this is really very important slide, and I just want to show you actually the growth on this slide. If you can see, the market is expected to grow by 4 times between 2017 and 2020. And if you look at the market at the beginning of 2017, it was about 8.3 billion, and 28. And by the end of 2022, it is expected to go to 28 billion. That is 4 times in just 5 years, actually. But in fact, these are all our research that has been done before the pandemic. Today, if you go to if you watch the news, everyone is going online, and especially the Middle East, since e-commerce is still new in the Middle East. And not many people were before the pandemic going online. Today, everyone in the Middle East is trying to avoid catching the coronavirus by going online and ordering online. And this will accelerate actually the adoption of e-commerce on the Middle East. And therefore, this is something for this is a great opportunity for our SMEs actually, because this is a market they should be exporting to or targeting, especially now the demand in Malaysia and Southeast Asia will be dropping or decreasing due to the purchasing power, or many people are not having jobs or losing their jobs. So the purchasing power will drop in this region. So building your online presence to regions like the Middle East market will help you actually to compensate on those sales that you may lose due to this pandemic in this region. Furthermore, actually exporting to the Middle East will not only help your businesses, will also help actually Malaysia, because by exporting to the Middle East, you guys are bringing foreign currency to Malaysia. And in fact, this is something that you can do for your business and for also contributing to help Malaysia to get over this pandemic crisis as fast as possible. Carol, next slide, please. If you see here about the market, the size of the e-commerce in developing countries like, for example, US, you will see e-commerce is about 15.6%. You go to China is about 13.8%, making of the total retail market. But if you go to the Middle East, places like UAE or Saudi Arabia, where you have the highest internet penetration and the mobile penetration, e-commerce is not very widely adopted there. It's about 4% and 3.8%. If you go to other countries, it's about less even than 2%. That means that your business can grow on this market, as this market will increase. The growth in this market in the next 3 to 5 years will be maybe 4 to 5 times. And that will be also reflected in your businesses, and also in bringing foreign currencies to Malaysia. So definitely this is something that you should take into consideration, because cross-border has been always a question to our SMEs in Malaysia, and everyone doesn't want to go and export cross-border. But in fact, our SMEs has a lot to offer to Middle East and world and everywhere in the world. And definitely, this is a step that our SMEs should come and join eromman today to export to the Middle East. Next slide, please, Carol. And the slide after this, Carol, please. So what is eromman? We are actually an integrated marketplace that is connecting online sellers based in Malaysia with online buyers based on the Middle East. So you cannot go and travel and establish your business in order for you to export to the Middle East. We are here as a Malaysian company helping you to penetrate the Middle East market. Next slide, Carol. Our mission is actually to provide quality products with quality sellers and trusted and easy friendly marketplace for users. Either we're talking about online sellers or our users in the Middle East. Next slide, Carol, please. We are, as I said, we are a Malaysian company. We are a Standard Berhad company, 100% Malaysian. So you really don't have to worry about receiving your money or doing business with a Middle Eastern country or Middle Eastern company. We are just a Malaysian company that is based here, and it is easy for you to do business with us. And it is easy for you whenever you need the support from us. We are here in Malaysia to give you the support that you require. Next slide, please, Carol. Why eromman? Firstly, as I said, it's a huge market. Middle East is a huge market, guys. And this is before eromman was untapped market for you. So for you to come to eromman today, you'll be able to go to that market that you were not able to go before eromman 2 years ago. So this is the first reason. Second reason is we are actually, although that we are a Malaysian company, but we came actually from the Middle East. So we understand the Middle East market very well. And when we started this company, we started with 3 co-founders here in Malaysia. But today we have over 35 employees and 60% of, actually 70% of our staff, of our team is based on the Middle East. We have an office in Dubai, and we have an office in Jeddah, and we have also an office in Sana'a. So we are actually, our customer service, our digital marketing people, they wake up with the customers in the Middle East and they sleep with the customers over there. So this is a marketplace that is have the local experience, and you can have the marketing support, since we are actually have a very good presence in the Middle East. It's easy for you to list also your product. It's free listing as well until now. So we're not yet charging people for subscription or registering in eromman. So that is very convenient for you. Payment-wise, you guys don't have to chase a company that is based in Dubai or based in Saudi Arabia. We're a Malaysian company. We will transfer to you a local transfer from our account here in Malaysia to your local account here in Malaysia. So payment-wise, you don't have any issue about that. Shipping-wise, you really don't have to worry about shipping all the way to the Middle East. You don't know how to ship to the Middle East, the addressing system there. That's really very complicated. We are actually here for you to ship the products for you to the Middle East. And seller supports, we have a local team, an e-commerce team and sellers team in Malaysia to support you on joining the campaigns, participating in the campaigns, shipping and fulfilling your orders and getting orders to your online stores. Next slide, please, Carol. So in terms of local experience, I think I already mentioned this, but I will go through this in terms of the marketing support and the local experience. As I said, we have firstly the local currencies in the Middle East. So customers in Saudi Arabia, although some of you may have their online stores, but I don't imagine many of you will have Saudi Riyal or Emirati Dirham or Kuwaiti dinar or Middle Eastern currency. So when the customers on the Middle East come to your online stores in eromman in Saudi, they will be able to purchase your products in Saudi Riyal. The people who will come from Kuwait to your online stores, they will be able to buy their products in a Kuwaiti dinar. And therefore you guys will get paid on MYR. So the currency differences, fluctuations, and all this, you are free. That is free hassle for you. In terms of digital marketing as well, we are actually translating your products from English languages to Arabic languages. We understand that you cannot upload definitely your products into the platform in in English language and Arabic language. So we take your English language upload and we take that into Arabic. We do for you SEO, and then we post your products in our social media in Arabic languages, in our affiliate marketing, and all our digital marketing means that we do that actually in Arabic. Also, as I mentioned, SEO wise, we do SEO for your products in Arabic. And finally, in terms of digital support, we have influencers marketing in Arabic languages, and we have bloggers in Arabic. So we know how to speak to Arabic bloggers, influencers. So all these can be provided you by being in eromman. So that is hassle free for you instead of going all the way to the Middle East. Carol, next slide, please. Thank you, Carol. So today, these are actually not the latest numbers. We are almost today above 700 online sellers, almost 100,000 SKUs. And in terms of actually, I cannot see that. So we are already, we are fully equipped, and we have over almost 400 categories. That means we do a lot of categories that cover your products, except food and beverages. Until today, we are not yet doing food and beverages because it's difficult categories for us, especially at the beginning. But we have fashion products, men, women, ladies, kids. We have health and beauty. We have outdoor products. We have electronics, IT products, spare parts, and automobile category. We have a lot of things that you can check out on our website. Next slide, please, Carol. This is an example. For example, Jabelo is a very popular brand here in Malaysia, and they are very good brand manufacturers. This is a brand. This is an example of how their products looks like in the website. You can see the products is in Arabic language. The currency there is Saudi riyal. Of course, I don't expect you to understand the Arabic language. That's a fact. However, this is Arabic, and you can trust me for that because I'm Arabic and I can read that. So that is how your products will be presented to the audience and the Middle East online buyers. Next slide, please, Carol. You see, this is also from Instagram and Facebook. This is how we actually take your content. This is ITCom, for example. This is how we take their products and social media feed in Arabic languages, because most of Middle Easterns, actually, unfortunately, they don't speak what I can say English, or they do speak English. But most of the guys in Saudi Arabia, for example, if you travel to UAE, it's easy to communicate with them because many of them are expat, and many of them, they speak English. But in places like Saudi Arabia, for example, it is always difficult if you only have English content to market for your products. Next slide, please, Carol. Shipping is handled by eromman. Definitely, we have logistic partners, for example, DHL and Aramex. The customers, when they place the orders actually in the website, they will always write their addressing in Arabic language. So we understand totally. You guys cannot understand the addressing, how to do the addressing and translating that into English in an accurate manner. So we handle shipping for you. And also the level of complexity, for example, Middle East in terms of addressing is really, really, really not as good as Malaysia, I would say that. For example, there are no postal codes, and therefore you guys, it's not easy to deliver items there. So we take that hassle from you, and the shipping becomes hassle-free for you guys because of eromman today presence in Malaysia. Next slide. This is also vendor training. That's of course before the pandemic. We had a lot of trainings supported by MDEC, and MDEC has been supporting us for the last 2 years. And this is some of the training that we are doing in our office. But unfortunately, due to the pandemic, we cannot come like this today. But we have a lot of webinars. We have weekly webinars done by our sellers team. So you can know about how to upload your products in the system, how you can join the campaign, how you can promote for your products and get traction to your online stores. Next slide, please, Carol. We also respect and understand that for you guys to see what can you sell in the Middle East is not easy for you to understand, since it is a very long distance market from you. Sales team, our e-commerce team, where you can always, they will interact with you all the time. We always create for every seller a WhatsApp group where they can talk to us in a daily basis, ask us about what products that can be uploaded or sold in the Middle East, what categories they can focus on. We also direct them in terms of price level and all that. So our local e-commerce team can help you a great deal in selecting and support you for you to create a success story for your online store to the Middle East market. Next slide, Carol, please. Of course, this is a buyer's protection for online buyers in the Middle East. We give 7 days buyer protection, and that is better than a lot of marketplaces are doing here in this region. For example, Lazada, they do 14 days buyer protection, but we are doing only 7 days. And definitely, guys, you should not worry about change of mind, because definitely eromman does not accept change of mind. Next slide, please, Carol. And this is in 2019, and amazingly, we have over than 150k visits in 2019. But imagine we are already over than 120,000 visits from the beginning of this year until today, or until the end of May. We expect we grow this year by at least 4 to 5 times, and this is already has been noticed in our marketplace. Many sellers are receiving products orders more than last year and more the year before, so you guys can grow with us and build your brand to the Middle East in a very effective way. Next slide, please, Carol. Now I will tell you about how you can sell or join how you can sell to the Middle East. It's a very simple process actually, and the process actually is like this. First thing, you register your online store, then list your products, buyers buy your products. Either we pick up your products or you dispatch it to us. We deliver that item, you get paid. Very simple. Next slide, please, Carol. What do we need in terms of registering sellers? The usual thing, business registration, SSN, because until today we do not accept individuals. And another thing we will need is your director list in order for us to understand who are the authorized people, and what normal people will receive. Next slide, please, Carol. And how long does it for us to deliver the items? We actually try to deliver the items from 4 to 7 days. In fact, actually, that depends also on your help. Sellers are supposed to prepare the item once they receive an order. They are supposed to prepare an item within 24 hours, maximum 48 hours. Once it is placed, we try to deliver to our customer within the next 4 or 5 working days. And after that, your payment cycle started and you get paid. Next. These are the currencies that we have today in our marketplace. We have Egyptian pound, we have Qatari riyal, we have Bahraini dinar, we have Kuwaiti dinar, we have Emirati dirham, and we have Saudi riyal. Next slide, Carol, please. Cash on delivery already mentioned for you, since there are about 75% of customers in the Middle East accept cash on delivery. So we are happy to provide this for you, and you don't have to go all the way to the Middle East and get a company to do cash for delivery for you guys. Next slide, please, Carol. Our main logistic partners is Aramex and DHL. Aramex because they are actually the market leaders in the Middle East. So they have a very big network in the Middle East. Aramex in the Middle East for courier company is like Post Laju here in Malaysia. And everyone is using Post Laju because of their network. So we are using Aramex, and we are also using DHL as well as our logistic partner. Next slide, please, Carol. Commission and fees. This you can check actually on the website. Next slide, please, Carol, because I want to give more time. This one as well, you can also check that on the website, please. Next slide, Carol. And actually, one thing I will say about the commission. Can you go to the next slide? Yeah, thank you, Carol. Our commission actually varies between 3-4% to about 15%, depending on the category that you are selling, actually. So if you are selling a product like mobile phones, categories, their commission is about 4%, 3 to 4%. I'm really not sure. You got to check depending on your product category. And for fashion products, we charge 15%, but we do not charge you anything for registration or subscription. So you only pay us once you place an order. So once an order is placed, you guys can, you are charged. If there is no order, we don't charge you anything actually. Next slide, Carol. What we charge you is shipping fees. Actually, shipping fees is charged by the customer or paid by customers. We charge you transaction fees, which is about 3%, and our commission is the category commission only. Next slide, please, Carol. This is how our payment cycle. We normally try to do the payment within 7 to 14 days after the customer receiving the item. We have 3 payment cycles. We used to have actually 2 payment cycles, that is on the 1st and the 15th. Now we have 3, one in the 1st and on the 11th and on the 21st, because we want you to get your money faster. Next slide, please, Carol. For this, actually, we are charging the customer. This is the fare for the customer, so you should not be worried about. But this is something that is very attractive for your customers because this is subsidized actually by eromman. So if you go to the market to ship products in the Middle East, the lowest price you can get is 90 ringgit or 100 ringgit. But we are selling the half kg to the customers, 25 ringgit. So this is very easy for you to sell more and capture more customers through eromman subsidizing shipping until today. Carol, next slide. Thank you very much. You can register, you can scan the barcode to register in eromman, and I'm happy to receive any question that you may have. I'm so sorry, guys, about the technical issues. I'm normally not used to DingTalk. I know DingTalk is an amazing app. It's just me that I'm a DingTalk virgin. So please forgive me for being a DingTalk virgin.
No problem. So if anyone has question, I myself went through the listing process because I've got a company. So I went through the listing process and helped to list some of my friends who are already busy listing in somewhere else. So I told them, please try eromman. So I tested their products and sell on eromman. The registration was easy. The putting up the products was easy. It was a challenge only when you are wanting to put the products in Arabic. That's where Wendy and Hussein and the team come into place. I'm sure that a lot of what are the top selling products right now that is shipping over in Middle East, Hussein?
Okay, we have actually cosmetics is doing very well, and we know there are a lot of online sellers here doing cosmetics, health and beauty products. Gadget as well is very good, and mobile phones. Fashion also is very good, but you have to have very good fashion that matches the taste over there. But fashion is always in every region is a very good category. But unfortunately for us, until now, we're not yet very strong for fashion because our sellers, they don't have strong, no, not strong. Actually, don't have the product that is appeal to the taste of the Middle Eastern because it's of the different region, different culture. So we are still building the fashion category, but definitely health and beauty, electronics and gadgets and mobile phones today is doing very, 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 very well.
What about Linda is asking, what is your maximum dimension when it comes to parcel delivery? Because there will be a volumetric dimension. Please find out, Wendy and team, what is the volumetric, the maximum?
Okay. Do you want me to answer this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
They were asking, what is the maximum dimension for parcel delivery to customer?
Most of the orders for e-commerce, it normally varies between half kg to 5 kg, and that is most of the cases. But we still can go until 20 kg. We can ship with our logistic partners. Once it goes beyond 20 kg, it becomes very complicated. And for the sellers who has heavier items, we are coming with a solution for them in the future. But they can join us today and register and let us see their product, and then we will advise them accordingly after we check their products actually.
Okay. So she's asking, cosmetic items need any license to import export? Lynette is asking.
For until now, there isn't. We don't face any issues, and it is smoothly processed, and we can get products. Because look, at the end of the day, we are a B2C platform. We are not B2B platform. So B2C platform, when you send 1-2 items to a customer here, there aren't a lot of questions asked. But of course, when you are sending cosmetic products in bulk or in like 5 pallets, 10 pallets or containers, then you would need a license. But until today, we have a lot of customers who has been ordering a lot of cosmetics, and we didn't have issues with that at all.
So right now, when you ask about, Lynette is asking about weight, the ideal weight when it comes to courier to go into Middle East, because it's B2C, it's e-commerce, is under 2 kilo. Anything above 2 kilos is already so pricey. So please be very, very creative when it comes to selling to the Middle East, because we don't have a lot of volume of orders to go into Middle East. So once we have the support of the sellers here in Malaysia, and we have more marketing, because eromman is very lean, I would say. When they charge you free shipping and all, please don't expect the sky and the moon from them. So they're doing their very best to partner with partners from Middle East to have exposure of their eromman website over in the Middle East. So ideally, you should be selling products under 2 kilo plus your packaging, because they have already struck a deal, a better rates together with Aramex and DHL e-commerce to have good rates under 2 kilo. So once more volume, more parcels is being shipped from Malaysia to go into Middle East, that's where eromman can demand, okay, we have lower rates now we have a lot of demand. Because ideally, to book a plane to go into Middle East, you must have at least 40 kilo worth of products in a pallet in order to send into Middle East. So if you only have less than 10 kilo, you can't demand that kind of rates. Okay, how to count the dimension? When you do your training, I answer this for eromman. When you do your training, that's where eromman will tell you what are your dimension and how do you calculate it, because different logistic companies will have different calculation of dimensions. So when you happen to attend and sign up for free, right now is for free. Hussein always come to me and said that, Carol, you should start charging now. I said, yeah, you should. But those people don't want to pay because they want to see results. So if you are not there to support eromman, how is he going to give you support? But right now, I'm hearing good results from eromman. Your page views of total in 2019 last year, you've already achieved it now. This is already in June, right, Hussein?
Yes, very true. And actually, I totally strongly support what Carol says. We actually here to help the online sellers to go to the Middle East. So we definitely need your support. And to be honest with you, I think to be honest with you, this is a good time for us to go to the Middle East and for our SMEs to go to the Middle East and invest in the Middle East. And the reason is two things.
Right.
Firstly, the demand in this region is going to be affected by the pandemic for the next 1 to 2 years.
Yes.
So our SMEs has to compensate on those lost sales. And at the same time, by going to the Middle East, we are not only helping the businesses, but we are helping also Malaysia overall, because we are bringing foreign currencies to this region and to Malaysia. And that can help also Malaysia to pick up its economy faster. Definitely, if you sell in Lazada today, is you can make good sales. You sell in Shopee, this is very easy sell. But the thing is, the money is circulating already inside the country. But when you sell abroad or cross-border, that means that you are bringing actually money from outside Malaysia to inside Malaysia. And I think this is what Malaysia needs from us. Needs our support and also SME support as well.
Sulin is asking, food category is not open. Can't open yet because courier companies will not accept any type of wet food going in unless there is a volume. If it's a B2B, then that's where Hussein will help companies to apply for permits or license. They will work together with B2B companies. What was the company in the Middle East, our friend? What's the guy's name? Hussein? The big guy?
Agility,
Rami. Affinity. Okay. So Affinity Logistics is very huge in Middle East. So they are the one that does a lot of B2B. Now you can go for Aramex too, but Aramex is most specialized in B2C express courier. Okay. So Linda has already posted. So if DHL can't deliver to Malaysian customers, so you have to use a forwarding company if DHL can't do that, Linda. So if there is a DHL company can't do it, there are forwarding logistic company who goes and bring to Middle East. But again, if you have no volume, if you only have one parcel only to go to Middle East, you better wait until you can consolidate. You have 40 kilos to go over. So that's the advice that logistic companies always give me when I want to connect logistic partners to eromman. Okay. So Lynette can't hear Hussein anymore. Yeah.
No,
I hope people can hear you.
Me?
I can hear you, but I have to use this. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I have to use this to hear. Can Aramex or DHL handle this parcel? The total weight is 6 kilo. The product I'm selling is wooden curtain rods. Every right now selling on Lazada, Aramex and DHL cannot deliver my products to Malaysian customers. Linda, if Aramex and DHL cannot deliver, you better go and reach out to me and ask somebody else to go and send it to you. If they can't deliver, there's so many 30 over companies of forwarding company that you can use in Malaysia that can use. We have Hock Chong, who you send the goods to them, they deliver to all over Malaysia. We've got the East Coast Transport Highway if you are going between states. But when it comes to local, you can use Grab car, you can use Lala Move. Lala Move also has cars right now. You can use Macrolink, all these forwarding logistic company to do that for your Malaysia delivery. So it's not limited to only DHL and Aramex. I'm sure there's so many of choices that you're not aware of. Okay. Any other questions from the floor? Please come. There are more than 61 of you are watching. I use CityLink for my Malaysian commerce. I love CityLink. Very good. If Chelsea is listening to this, that would be great. You should screenshot that, Linda, and promote that and tell CityLink's team. So the top category is again baby products. Now, because of the pandemic, previously, let's say 2 years ago, what I experienced from Hussein is that 2 years ago when you started this, it was so hard to get online customers back in Middle East because majority of them would like to have COD. Majority of them still like to go to physical. But now you have to thank the gods or thank the Lord or thank to Allah that majority of them can't go out. They have to force themselves to shop online. They have to use their phone to look at online campaign and all. So I praise the Lord that they have you have more page page views right now from the Middle East clients right now. So that's a good sign for eromman, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'll tell you, luckily today we are even becoming more stricter in terms of collecting payments from customers. For example, when we started 2 years ago, we were allowing customers to order from us for up to 3,000 SIR or Saudi Riyal through COD.
Mm.
Today we already lowered that to below than 1,000 Saudi Riyal because we don't have to
Oh,
take the risk anymore. And people are coming
oh,
on pay online through Visa and MasterCard. And we are also now bringing QNet and Saudi, Sadad, and Mada payment wallets as well to the eromman. So there are a lot of payment methods and options that we can offer to our SMEs. And definitely the Middle Eastern, when they will use and see our local payment methods, our local currency, they will not feel they are ordering from SMEs or sellers that are very far from them. They will just believe they're just next door. So we are localizing our SMEs to the Middle Eastern client, and we have grown in the last 2 years amazingly and surprisingly. Yes, we are not a very big platform, just like Lazada or like Shopee, but we have grown at least by 10 since we have started, and we believe we can be one of the major marketplaces. And when we are actually the pioneer Arabic marketplace that we started in Southeast Asia, and we chose actually Malaysia because saya suka Malaysia, kami suka Malaysia. So we love Malaysia, and we know that Malaysia have what it takes to go to the other side. And we always encourage our SMEs, guys, focus on export, focus in cross-border, because that brings huge value to our beloved
yeah.
economy here in Malaysia.
Correct. So you see how passionate Hussein is. You need a foreigner to bring our Malaysian SME to penetrate into a foreign country that we are not familiar with, because you can't go there a lot. People cannot make comparison between eromman or versus Lazada versus Shopee. Lazada and Shopee, they're not in Euro, they're not in Middle East. Okay, so eromman is, and before eromman starts pick and choose what customer have to pay, because Iroman has come forward to see me to get consultation and to get my advice. What should you charge? What should Iroman start charging now? Because I can give him a lot of ideas. So I can give him a lot of ideas. He can start charging already, but they need your support to come. So while it is still complimentary for you all to come, they're looking for products from the fashion, from the electronics gadget. It can be right now people may be looking for face mask or kids mask, not something to do with non-alcohol sanitizers and all. So please reach out to Hussein. Hussein already been sending some sanitizers over into Middle East as well, and people are willing to pay 3 times the price of what we are paying here because of their currency, because they're rich Middle East people. All these sheikhs and all, they are so much money.
Very true, very
Yeah.
true, very true.
So any questions from the floor? I will post the link for you all to come to the support group, so that Wendy is here. Wendy, can you say hello? You may not be, you are in the Go e-commerce group, but say hello to the group chat as well, and reach out to them. It's not a hard job to get you sign up. They just have to validate whether you have your SSM, and the product description all is pretty straightforward, easy. I went through it already. It took me less than 15 minutes, I think, to go through the listings, and I just cut, copy, and paste because I've got all the information. If you don't have the information, then you spend more time. So, when was the last time you did your online training, Hussein?
Last time we just did one last yesterday for our current sellers
Ah,
about, I think, joining the
okay,
campaign. So we are doing weekly week. Every week we have actually two webinars, one for our current sellers and one for new sellers. And we
okay,
normally invite new sellers for
okay.
these free webinars to invite them to come and join
Yeah.
our marketplace to go to the Middle East.
So, what's the next campaign that you have? Next one in the Middle East.
Oh,
What campaign you have?
wow, this is very beautiful. This is excellent questions, and this is a sales lady question actually. So this is a real blood I can since eBay. You're being a very good seller. So this is, I expected such kind of question actually. We have the summer campaign, and the summer campaign will continue. Actually, it will start on the 21st, 22nd of this month until the
Oh,
Raya Ha Raya campaign will start, and that will be just before
okay.
Raya, about 3 weeks, and that will continue. And then once that is finished, we will bring again the summer campaign as well. So these are the two major campaigns from now until the end of August. But at the same time, we have
Okay.
many campaigns. So we have a campaign for gadgets, electronics. So we have 1 week for electronics, 1 week for gadgets, 1 week for cosmetics, 1 week for, and there is,
Cool.
we may have also, we have a lot of demand. I forgot to tell you about this actually, and this is really very interesting for our audience, is hair trimmers. You see, a lot of people cannot
Okay.
go and cut their hair. So we have huge demand for hair trimmers. And we are thinking, we
Okay.
also have a coronavirus related products like hair trimmers, sanitizers, anything that is related to coronavirus to get people safe from the corona. So we have this campaign, and we tell people actually in the Middle East, stay home, stay safe, and let us bring all you need to the Middle East, to your home actually.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good. Yeah, if our Malaysian government allows us to export a mask, I think the 1 2 ply was okay, but not the 3 ply. So please find out first if there are sellers who wants to sell masks. PPE is fine. The logistic companies will know what are the allowed and not allowed products. So Hussein is in good contact together with RMX and DHL. Okay. Any more people? We have 67 people join us. That's very, very good. Knowing that everybody already started listening. So we have a little internet drop just now. Uh, wait, So I would like to congratulate Hussein for, since we knew him since 2020, 2017, 2017 we started, they joined my cyber sale. They promote the Malaysia products to go into export. So this is a very good opportunity for you all to go to export. Food may not be available yet, but once there's volume, you can send dry food. Dry food would be okay. So that's where Hussein is trying to explore right now. Dry coffee or dried snacks or anything that's dry and has longer what do you call that, shelf life, will be considered to sell on eromman platform. What are the chances to export cold press oil? Not at the moment. Kalia, is it Kala? Kalia, I think I see Kalia. Not at the moment. Please continue to ask your questions. I will sign off now. We've got another meeting and later at 5. And we'll see you again next Thursday.